Hey guys, welcome to my channel and I'm back again with another really interesting coding interview question video. Today guys, again we are going to solve a LeetCode Premium question, and today we will solve question number 293, flip game. So without taking any time further, let's get started. So first of all guys, the problem statement says that we are playing a flip game with our friend, and this game basically has a string which is called as current state, and this string can only contain plus or minuses, and you and your friend take turns to flip two consecutive pluses into minuses. Okay, so for example, if this is the current state, you have got all pluses here, so you and your friend will take turns to convert these consecutive pluses, so first two plus or the middle two plus or the last two plus, and in their turn they are going to convert it into two minuses, and the game ends when a person can no longer make a move, and therefore the other person will be the winner. So basically, if all the pluses, if there are no consecutive pluses left to be converted into the minuses, it means that the game is over, and the person who can no longer make a move actually loses the game, the other person wins the game. Okay, what we have to do is return all possible states of the string current state after one valid move. So for example, in this case, we have got four pluses. So one valid move could be that the person converts the first two pluses into minuses. So this is one valid move, right? So what we have to do is we have to return all possible states of this string after one valid move, and we can return the array in any order, so it doesn't matter the permutation combination. You can return all the valid move answers in one list, and it could be any order. And if there is no valid move present, then we just return an empty list. Okay, so this is the problem statement. So you can see here that we have got couple of valid moves here. You can convert the first two pluses into minuses, you can convert the middle two pluses into minuses like this, and you can also convert the last two pluses into minuses like this. And in the second example, you can see that the current state is plus and there are no two consecutive pluses to be converted, hence the output is an empty list. And the constraints are that the length of the list goes from 1 to 500, and the current state I is either plus or minus. Okay, so this is basically the problem statement. Now let's go into the solution approach. So basically guys, the solution approach is pretty straightforward here. What we are going to do is we are going to solve this problem with a naive approach, where we are going to just go through this current state elements and we are going to find out the two consecutive elements. So we will just iterate over the current state. So for chars in current state, we are going to just check that if the char value and the char plus 1 value, so if the consecutive characters are all equals to plus. Okay, if both are equals to plus. So if the adjacent characters, the char and the char plus 1 or I plus 1, where basically whatever index we are using, so if both those consecutive characters are equals to plus, then what we are going to do is we are going to flip it and we are going to add that value into our new list. So let's say this is the new state. This is the new states list here we have. So what we are going to do is, if this condition is actually satisfied, then we will add the valid move, we will convert that value and we will add it into a new list, new states. So new states will actually have the flipped value, and this is a separate variable that we will create, which is going to store the flipped variable of char and char plus 1 converted to minuses. Okay, and once you are done with that guys, and when you will return the new states variable, in the end you will actually have all possible states that current state could have been converted into if a valid move was made. So basically you iterate over all the characters in the current state. If the character value and the character which is after that character, so if the two adjacent characters, character and the character plus 1 index value, both are equals to plus, then we are going to flip those plus values into minuses. Okay, flip value to minus, and we are going to store that value into a new variable, and we will finally append into a new states list that new current state or new state value. Okay, Now in the end, when we will return the new states list, it is going to have all the valid moves that could have changed the current state. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. It's a nice solution which actually works for this use case, and it actually provides us the correct answer. So we are going to go through with this. Okay, now that we are done with the solution approach, it is time for us to actually write the code. So let me give you the code for that, guys. And this code is also pretty straightforward. We are going to write this code in Python, guys. You can see that it looks like this. So first of all, guys, we are going to declare our new states variable, which I told you is going to be an empty list. Now what we are going to do is we are going to iterate over all the characters that are present in my current state variable. So in Python, if you are using a string, it is basically an array. So you can access any array with the help of the index value. Okay, so I am going to start my index into a variable I, and I will start it from 0 to the range until the length of the current state -1. Why do I have made a -1, guys? Because we cannot iterate the whole entire array, because there is no character after the last element of the array. So if you are at the end, if you are at this plus, there is no other character left to compare that the adjacent characters are plus or adjacent characters are equal to plus, right? So that's why we are only going to run our loop from the first value until the second last value, so that we can even compare the second last value with the last value and make sure that two consecutive pluses are either present or not present. So this is why we have this condition. Now once we are inside the for loop, we will just check if my ith character is equals to plus and I plus 1th character is equals to plus. If this condition is actually correct, then what we are going to do, we are going to flip this value and we are going to create a new variable and put it into next states. So here you can see what we have done. We have done next states dot append, and inside that we are creating a new string, and in this new string we are going to first take the entire string before the ith character, which is colon until I. So all the entire string before the ith character. Then we are actually appending the two minuses here, and then we are appending the last string which is after the I plus 1th character. So starting from I plus 2 until the end of the string, this is the second half of the string that we are appending. And by using this formula, we actually have flipped the two pluses into two minuses, and we have created a new string and we are actually appending it into new states. And finally, guys, when this entire loop is completed, in the new states variable, in this list, you will actually have all the valid moves that could have happened in this current state. Okay, so this is basically the code. Let's run this code, guys. Let's see if this works for our solution or not. You can see that this is actually accepted, and now if I submit this code, you can see that all my solutions are submitted as well. Okay, now this is basically the code, guys. You can see that how this code works, and it is pretty simple to start as well. Now that we are done with the code part, let's jump into the time and space complexity. So basically, guys, you can see that in case of Python, you can actually access the entire array with the help of just simple indexes. Okay, so you can see that you can actually create the entire array from here. You can take the I plus 2 value from here, and all of that, if this is my single line of code and I'm making it as this only takes order of one time complexity, combined it with a for loop where we are actually going through all the n characters of current state, you can say that the time complexity is basically order of n. Okay, because you can see that what we have done here is we are just using indexes to access the current state and creating a new string. So in Python here it will not cost us anything, because we can just use direct indexes to append an array or to access an array. That was the problem statement that was the problem statement and the solution, guys. I hope you guys like the solution, and I hope your coding practice will become better with this. If you guys do like this video, guys, then please do not forget to like this video and share this video with your friends. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback for me, please do write down in the comment section below. I would be really happy to actually address them, and I look forward to actually reading your comments. They are really helpful. If you have any other solutions for this problem, you can also write that down. It is going to help the community. It's going to help me as well. I'm also a learner like you. So thank you so much for watching. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon for future notifications of more such programming and coding related videos. I'll see you guys in the next video, guys. Until then, take care and bye bye.